So hello again. Today we're going to continue our discussion about the problem solution essay. Sorry, I know there's some glare on the screen, but just follow along the best you can. So yesterday we talked about the introduction paragraph for a problem solution essay, how we want to give background information on what problem we're discussing, give a clear topic, what the problem is, and then kind of hint at what we can do to solve the problem. Today we're going to continue on and start talking about our body paragraphs. So these are the paragraphs where we'll really describe why the situation is a problem and then what we can do to do something about the problem or our solution. And for our body paragraphs for this essay, we're going to break them down into two types of paragraphs. We're going to have one paragraph about the problem, show why it's serious, and one paragraph about possible solutions. In an essay like this, we often could also break it down into paragraphs about individual solutions. But since we don't have class time to really discuss it that in depth, let's just keep it to this format. So one problem paragraph and one solution paragraph. So if you're following along in your books, we talk about the body paragraphs on page 135. So like it mentions here, in the problem solution essay, we begin by convincing your reader that a problem exists and is serious. So that's our problem paragraph, why it's serious. One of the simplest ways is to detail the first body paragraph and then give solutions in the second. First of all, we want strong topic sentences for both of our paragraphs. So in our problem paragraph, we want to specifically tell the reader, this paragraph is going to tell us why it's a problem. Not in those exact words, but you want to make it clear that you're talking about why it's a problem. For your solution paragraph, again, you want to make it clear that there is some sort of solution. Like the book mentions, we also want to transition between problem and solution. So the example we have in our book, we have a thesis statement. Not getting enough exercise can lead to poor health, but there are some simple steps people can take to increase their activity. So like we talked about yesterday, we have a clear topic, not getting enough exercise. Is the controlling idea, it can lead to poor health. And then previewing our solution, there are some simple steps people can do to increase their activity. So topic, not enough exercise. Controlling idea, it's bad for you. Preview, there are simple steps we can take to solve the problem. For our body paragraphs, we might have a couple of different topic sentences. So to introduce the problem, we could say there are two major reasons why not exercising causes problems for people. So that it tells us everything we need to know about the paragraph. We're going to be discussing two reasons, and we're going to explain why it causes problems. Then our topic sentence 2 for our solution paragraph, we have to increase their activity levels, adults can find both practical and creative solutions. So again, we transition to increase activity levels. That shows us that now we're presenting a solution. And just like we do in a thesis statement, our topic sentence wants to preview what the paragraph is going to be talking about. So we know that this paragraph will be discussing practical solutions and creative solutions. So that's what you want your topic sentence to do. Just give a preview of what the paragraph is going to be about. So there's a little bit of practice in the book here about the thesis statements and possible topic sentences. So if you want to pause the video here and work through them, feel free to do that. Or if you just want to push through the video and work on it after, that is acceptable too. So if we move over to page 137, we start talking about the problem paragraph. And again, so the problem paragraph is going to tell us why this is something that's serious. So like we just mentioned, we want to start with a strong topic sentence explaining that yes, we're going to be showing why this is a problem. And then from there, we're going to present different reasons and examples to show why it's serious. So probably in this essay, a couple of different reasons and then supporting examples to go along with it. So here in the book on page 137, we have an example paragraph. So again, still sticking with the thesis of getting more exercise can help improve health. So our problem is people are not getting enough exercise. There are two major reasons why not exercising causes problems for people. So topic sentence tells us we're talking about problems, tells the reader we're talking about two reasons. First of all, it can make our muscles weaker. When people don't exercise, their muscles lose strength and become tense. Consequently, people can get hurt more easily when they have to lift heavy objects or run quickly. Due to inactivity, people are also more likely to pull and strain muscles when they stretch their bodies too far. All right, so we have a good transition word. First of all, tells us this is our first reason. Then we present reason number one. It can make our muscles weaker. So it's our reason, and then we want to give some examples to show how it makes our muscles weaker. Muscles lose strength and become tense, makes people get hurt more easily, people are more likely to pull and strain muscles. So one specific reason, and we have three different examples here explaining why this contributes to the problem. Then we have another transition here, in addition, so that tells us we're talking about reason number two now. So in addition, a lack of physical activity is bad for the heart. So that's our reason two. Lack of activity is bad for the heart. Now we want to move on to give examples about how or why it's bad for the heart. The heart is also a muscle. As a result, it needs to be exercised too. People who do not increase their heart rate regularly with moderate exercise, like jogging or swimming, have weaker hearts. Because of this, they can be at a greater risk for heart problems, such as heart disease and heart attacks, when they get older. If people do not exercise at all of their muscles, including the heart, will suffer. So again, we had our second reason here. It's bad for the heart, and then several examples showing exactly how it's bad for the heart and why this is bad for people. So reason one, examples. Then reason two, more examples. And then notice we have a little bit of a concluding sentence here as well. If people do not exercise at all of their muscles, including their heart, will suffer. So just reinforcing the idea that because of these two reasons, this can be a problem that's bad for people. So now we have a little bit of practice in problem paragraphs. So again, if you want to pause and work through that, that would be fine. Otherwise, we're going to move on to talking about the solution paragraph. So on page 139, we talk about solutions. So now that we've established why it's serious, we want to tell the reader what we can do, offer some specific solutions to the problem. And just like our problem paragraph, with each reason or solution, we want to give specific examples to support them. So we have our example here of a solution paragraph, again on page 139. To increase their activity levels, adults can find both practical and creative solutions. So just like we talked about, we have our transition here to increase their activity levels. Shows us we're moving from problem to solution. Then we preview our reasons. Adults can find both practical and creative solutions. So we know we're going to be talking about practical and creative solutions. First of all, they can make choices throughout the day to exercise the body more. So that's our first specific solution. And make choices to exercise more. Now we want examples to show how we can do that. For instance, instead of riding the elevator or escalator, people can take the stairs to get their muscles working and heart pumping. If people live close to the supermarket, they can walk instead of driving just a couple of miles. So 2 specific examples of how people can exercise more throughout their day. Then we have another transition, second of all. So now we know we're going to be talking about our second solution. Second of all, people can stick to a short but regular exercise routine. So specific solution, short but regular exercise routine. Now we want some examples of what they can do for that exercise routine or how they can make it regular. When adults finish work, they can devote a half hour to exercising before doing housework or relaxing on the couch. For example, they might take a short walk around the neighborhood or stop by a local gym to work out before going home. So we've given our specific solution, short, regular exercise routine, and then a couple of ways that we can implement this routine. What can we specifically do? And then just like our problem paragraph, we want a little bit of a concluding sentence. There are many easy ways for people to exercise more. It just takes a little planning and creativity. All right. So in the next couple of pages, we have some more practice for the solution in paragraph. And then also a little exercise to get you thinking about the body paragraphs for your own essay. So we will leave it there for today, and tomorrow we'll finish up with the concluding paragraph. So thanks very much.